but I've been working on my pool, trying to clean it out. As a matter of fact, I can't even be on here that long. Okay, sorry, Siri. I created Siri by accident, and she. So I got the lips done. They look really good. Don't mind me. I've been working on my pool for the last couple of days, and I mean really busting my butt, and it ain't fun. If anybody joins me, we're liable to get no traffic tonight because, um, you know, it's getting late, and here it is Sunday night, and I'm starting off a late. I'm not really starting. I've been working on it. There's a lot. There's a lot that I had to do to it. This slant in this eye is driving me nuts. Give me a second. I'm trying to get my damn chair. I gave you guys an update. I really cleaned up everything in here. Really looks good. It looks good. Got to make this eye cut a little bit more accurate. It's a little too rounded here. It needs to be flattened down a little bit. Here we go. And that's just based off of what I'm seeing on this. Let's see if this makes it look any better. It does. I take a lot of this bump out of here. It didn't look quite right. Done a lot. I've done a lot to this. I'm still not satisfied with the head shape. The head shape is still not on. I don't know what it is. I have not figured it out. And I've looked at like side profiles of the mask. Maybe it's because it's, I don't know. Maybe this feels like it's too straight up and down. Like straight up and down. Is that, I don't know how else to put it. I've got to figure this out because this is jawline's right, everything's right. I think maybe the neck's a little too fat. I've been working on that. I've been sculpting down the head some more. A little bit of clay that has to go here. Just haven't figured it out. I did get rid of a lot of the change the lip line just a touch. trying to smooth it out just a touch. In that direction. That's a lot better. Yes. Your sirens. Hope it's nobody I know. Yeah, this lip was too, what's the right word? Actually, this looks a lot better now. Brought this down, made it more round like the mask. Or like the actual. There was too much of a bulge here. Yeah, I have to bring the eye cuts down. It looks like the bulge is here, but it's not real prominent. It's very subtle. Same with this side. I got too much bulge here. It's got to come down more. So let's just keep working at this. The thing with this sculpture, this flashback mask is so subtle. You know, if you're looking at a high definition picture of the flashback, it kind of doesn't do you justice because my clay got hard. Gonna have to warm that up again, guys, but that's okay. We can fight through right now. I'm just trying to shape this a little bit better. I don't want it as rounded in here. I want it kind of flat. I got all the angles right. I don't get it, man. I got all the angles right, but yet the shape of the head doesn't look right. What's up, Pipe Master? What's happening, buddy? Yo, I'm working on it, baby. We got some. Check out these lips. Now the lips are done, and I figured something out. I have a picture of the actual mold that they did for the sculpture, for the mask. And I was looking at it. I was looking at the picture real deep, real closely. And I was looking just at the line, all right? And what they did was this bump's just a little bit higher than this bump. But that higher bump is what causes the illusion that this drops down so significantly. This here, I had to readjust this because this dropped down so far. It made the mouth look like it was slanted like this. You look at the old videos, and right when I changed this and dropped this down real far, the lip looked slanted like this. And I was like, that doesn't look right. And sure enough, how I know I got it right is I actually traced out. Now this isn't the same size. No, it's almost the same size. You get what I'm saying? Now that's the actual lip line. That's the actual one. I'm right on the money. This is a little bit bigger than because I don't have the ability to shrink that down, you know, to the perfect size of what this is on the picture itself. But what I saw was this bump is just a little bit higher than this bump, and the pitch is right. It does drop down a little bit, but so does this. And if you went straight across with a level, I bet you this is really close, straight across. And I couldn't figure out what the hell was bothering me about it. Yeah, that's right on, man. I have it right on. It's on the money. This is an actual trace out of the lips. Now this lip's just a little bit bigger. I mean, probably like a 1/16 of an inch bigger. And how I can tell, it's not so much on the ends, it's the in-between bump right in here. It's a little bit wider apart. Let me show you. See what I'm saying? This mouth is smaller than the picture itself. Um, so, and how I know that is because I traced the eyes out on the picture itself, and just to see how much of a difference, there was a significant difference in size. So I thought, okay, this isn't right. But we're getting close. We're getting so close. The problem is, I'm looking at pictures, and I'm not seeing. I don't know what it is. This looks too straight up and down. I don't know what it is. It's driving me nuts. Maybe the neck is too thick. I'll probably cut down some of the neck more. I have to cut it definitely from underneath of here, and I gotta bring this a little bit more round. I still haven't worked underneath the jawline or the neck area, right underneath the chin. It's still pretty flat underneath of there. It doesn't have enough slant. Like there's a little bit of a roll. Remember we were talking about that before. I didn't get to the bottom of the neck yet because I'm trying to get the size of the neck the right proportion. And yeah, that's where we're at. And I'm working on it. I'm slowly but surely getting this thing, but it's a bitch. It's a bitch. I changed the nostril holes to be more accurate. They were too big. I had the cutouts way too big. They didn't look right. You know, I still got to smooth out the nose. It's not pointed. It's what's underneath of the actual the flashback. But it is rounder here. Now it's rounder. It's not this sharp point right here no more. The light is not exactly on our side here with trying to see every detail. The way I have to constantly readjust my lights and the angle of what I'm looking at. But I actually got the eye cuts are now dug in really good. They're farther back where they're supposed to be, because I had the top eye cuts coming in and a little bit, you know, they were coming out a little bit too far on the top, and then I dug into here a little bit and gave it that flattened area that's in the actual flashback. I still haven't put an ear on here, so that's really throwing me off too when I'm looking at this thing. So I am going to put the ears on and get these ears. So it's a progress, and I had to lower the scowl. I'm noticing with the flashback, it's a lot more subtle. It is so much more subtle with its features. You have to really be careful with your you don't want to overdo it. It's not like the Night Creeper. The Night Creeper's they're cool and everything, but they're nowhere near this subtle. I love the Night Creeper. It's going to be a nice mask. It really is. I think it's going to be a home run. I did take this down a little bit. You don't really see that. There is a little bit. You have to have a natural bend in here. I don't know. I've seen a couple pictures of the mask on a bench, and when looking down on it, you can see that there's a bulge right in here on both sides. Now it's not real deep in the crevice here, but you can see that it's bulged out a little bit on both sides. But looking straight down on the screen used mask, it's when he was at some sort of Christopher Nelson was at some sort of convention, and there was pictures of it, and somebody took pictures of it looking straight down. I'm like, damn. That's how I actually got the lips right, looking at those pictures. They were the pictures that actually revealed the shape of these things. And what it is from here to here, the upper lip is flatter, all right? And it tucks in. From here back, it starts scooting back into the mouth. You know, who am I? I'm no expert, and I'm working on it. I keep trying. I keep going. But I got to figure out what the hell's wrong with this, the head shape, because it's really driving me nuts. Can't figure it out. It looks like it's straight up and down or something. Or maybe it's the neckline that's causing it. Maybe the neckline has to come down more. You know, has to come down. I gotta be careful, because once I put that ear in here, that ear's going to be about like that right there. This will be the earlobe, right where my thumb is, and this will be the top of the ear, and that has to be it has to be even with the tops of the eye cut, the top of the ear, and that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Let me read. A bump on the right side. You're right. I'm not done yet. There's a little bit of a bump right there. You can see it with the right lighting. There is a bump right here. You got to be subtle. You got to be very subtle with it, because it'll distort the way this comes in. I know what I got to do. I just got to put a little bit more clay right there, and I can do that right now, just to give that extra little lump there. Just to give it that extra little lump, and it's only going to be a very little bit of clay. And I want to make it into a round ball and then flatten it, because I want to. I got to sneak it back in. How was your weekend, Pipe Master? Did you have a little bit of fun? Did you do anything? Did you go out? Do anything? I know you're still dealing with your house situation. I'm going to put a little bit more right in here, just a little crumb of clay here, just so it's smoothed out. Now it looks like shit from the side, but I'll get it right. I'll get it there. starting to look a little better. Let me see if I can see it. A little bit of a bump. Now this looks like it's flaring out a little bit too much right in here. I have to fix that. This has to go in a little bit. I really want this accurate, man. I do. I'm not going to be set. I'm not settling for less. I really am not. I think I have to nail this to really make it worth it. And I don't care if it gets done before Halloween or not. It has to be right. Has to be right. The flashback's going to be in production probably in the next couple of. I'm going to start doing. I'm going to put the silicone on there. I've been holding off on the silicone because right now I'm in between jobs and I haven't really worked in a couple. Probably like this is my second week off. So I gotta get money flowing, and I start working on the third week of June with the other gig because they want to wait till school lets out. Okay, that looks good, right? Now I have to smooth it out. That's without saying. I love my ginger ale, man. Settles my stomach. But I have to figure out why this head shape doesn't look quite right. I think this bump out right here is a little bit too much. I want the chair blocking it. This bump out here is just a little too dramatic. And I'm going to fix that right now. I might not be wrong. I might be right on the money with this. Very difficult. Very difficult sculpture, man. Because it's so subtle. And this area is good, but this area here is. Still too thick. Taking a lot of clay off of that front because there was like a bulge right here, and on the other side there wasn't. I clean as I go because I really have fixed up my studio nicely. I don't know if you guys can see the countertop and everything. I put a new counter on here, and I put a lip on here on the edge because it catches the clay, keeps the clay from dropping down on the floor. And what a mess that becomes. And I even actually put the same stuff on my floor instead of buying new mats. You know, computer mats to roll your chair around on. Well, the price of that was like insane for those mats to get big ones. I wanted to get like 96-inch mats. That was like $400. I was like, what? So I bought this 1/8-inch AZAC. That's what it's called. I think it's called AZAC. Tell me if I'm wrong. But it's like vinyl, kind of plastic. And I put them down on the floor, and man, it's a home run. I actually screwed the strips down right in the middle because they are. It just, it looks better. It works better. There's carpeting down on this floor, and I just couldn't. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I took that down quite a bit. I still got to work underneath the chin, but yeah, the slant on this eye cut was a little bit too far out, too high. It was going straight across. This needed to come down a little bit. So I fixed that, and I brought the eye cuts in because that's the way it is on the mask. I mean, you can see it. This sculpture is pretty much just like the 2018 outside of. I know he didn't want to go too far away from what he did for the 2018. Christopher Nelson, meaning. Yeah, let's do that. Let's stop screwing around here. Let's get that other ear on here, because that's driving me nuts. I can't look at it accurately, and I'll fix this nose here. This still has to be done here, but I really need to get this ear straightened out. You know what? I need another picture to do this ear. I got to get a picture of a side view. I don't want to try and do it from that picture. Let me just pull it up. Just hang tight. Just gonna pull this picture up. I need a side view. Let's see if I can find one. That's not the mask. Where is it? Yeah, I found a picture. It's not a perfect side view, but it gives me a general idea. Okay. Alrighty, back to the ear. I zoomed in on the ear on this picture. Oh boy. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my ear. I got to fill this in like I did the other side to bulk it out some. The first thing I got to do is get the shape right. And I'm debating. Now let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. We'll go down here. I'm packing this out because this ear has to come out pretty far. So this is not. So right now I'm just putting the shape of the ear in. Would help if my clay was softer, but it's not. Okay, that's looking a little better. The eye cut. That works. This is just to get the shape. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. Now I got to pack this out because this ear's got to come out quite a bit. Oh, hold on. I forgot to readjust my screen so I could read your comments. Takeoff Vision, what's happening, buddy? Remember to put the caps lock on for me so I can see the text easier. All right, guys. Takeoff Vision. Yo, we're putting the ear on the head. We're putting the ear on the other side because it was driving me crazy. Pull my chair. I got sunburnt so bad. I mean, I had a base tan and I still got burnt. I was filled my pool. That's why and I got called in. I promised everybody I was going to come on the other night, and I got called into work. So I actually got called in for not really to make money, though. It was a sound problem. And I told them from now on, you call me in for anything. You know, I got to get paid a little something. I said, you don't have anybody here that knows what the hell they're doing. That's worth my time and money. But the guy's going to work me all summer, so I gotta bend a little bit. But I don't want to keep doing that every time I'm called. You know, so I mean, I know I'm pretty good at sound as well, not just DJing. All right, so we can kind of almost leave this depth, but we got to pack this back section out right in here. I'm just going to keep packing it out and then it comes back in. Then we'll set the depth. Takeoff Vision. Did you send me a message on Facebook? Well, I've been so busy, so I it's probably my fault that I didn't get back to you right away. I've been so busy with trying to open my pool. We had a barbecue here this weekend. My niece is having a baby, and we had to go to that party, and that was yesterday. So I was like, man, summer's chaotic sometimes. It really can be for me. And I'm still working on trying to get, now the one thing I don't have to worry about is my night creeper. It is done. I just have to silicone it and then make the master copy. But I will look back on. Did you send me a message on Messenger? Yeah, well, I just figured out the mouth. We have the mouth done. I mean, it's spot on. Ask Pipe Master. We got the mouth figured out. I figured out what the problem was. It's hard to explain, but, and I'll show you in a second. I'll show you what I had to do once I realized what the problem was. So I see, we're not actually having something physically in front of me. I can't wait for that night creeper myself, man. I really am. I'm looking forward to that. That thing's going to be really sharp. It's it's not an exact replica of anything. It's got hints of every really cool mask that I think is cool anyway, and that's Halloween 1, Halloween 2, the originals. All right, 1978 and 81. It has, I'm going to say, Halloween 4 and 5 poster art look to it. And it also has the lips of the flashback, pretty much. Yeah, it's got all the right elements. It really does. And the head shape's more like the original mask. So... that's going to be thick back here, but I have no choice because um, we need to really make this takeoff vision. How? Oh, you mean this? Give me a second. Give me a second. Now this I found a little bit easier to do, getting the ears round if you can actually get your hands in there to really round it out. And the only way you can actually do that is by thickening the ears in the shape that they are on the head, like I'm doing right now. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in a sec. I need a little bit of clay right here. I'm wearing my glasses and it's not helping me. All the inside here, that's getting filled in. I just got to make sure that the ear is nice and round. I'll turn this up on its side in a second. Let me... concentrating. Sorry, guys. Got silent. I'll turn it on its side because I have to be able to see, you know, where this has to be adjusted. Oh yeah, big time. Gotta get the shape right. Then I can round it out. I gotta make sure that everything's the right distance. I'll show you in a second. I have to lower the other one. The other one's too high. The other ear. A little clay right in here. Not thick enough. My clay's hard. I'll show you in a second, guys. I'll give you the profile. A lot of work on the eye cuts. The lips are done now. I mean, they're not smoothed out or anything. I got the little bubble perfectly in there, and that gets smoothed out. Once that smooths out, that bubble's a little bit more prominent this time. But and this is too long, so this gets cut right about here. Give me a second, I'll read all your comments. Just trying to get this proportioned right. Now, because this, I had to flatten this out quite a bit over here. So what I'm going to do, I got my little spatula, and I'm just going to cut off. It needs to be cut off. The clay's kind of soft right now. Boom. And I can smooth that out and make this more look like a, or look more like a real ear. All this on the back I ain't worried about. That gets smoothed out with a rake. All right, let's read the comments. All right. Pipe Master, I think that was the last one. Yo, definitely need to add the other ear. Doing it now, buddy. Pipe Master, I can't wait for the Night Creeper. Read that one. Takeoff Vision. Yo. I've messaged you on Facebook. Read that one. Yeah, I'm talking to Takeoff Vision right now. I've worked on some Photoshop again and told little things that could be changed. Mouth, etc. Okay, I read that. How does it look now? The chin's not, I haven't really touched the chin. I had to scrape away a lot of this. What happened was, it looked like this thing was all puckered. Like it looked like like it puckered up, and I was like, this doesn't look right. It was too bulged in here, and this was out too far. So I straightened them out. But let me explain how I figured out what was wrong with this thing. Now this is still not perfect yet. All right, so what I did was I was looking at the there was a picture one of you guys sent me. I think it was Takeoff Vision. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I think it was Takeoff Vision. You sent me a picture of the mask, the mold. It was a mold. It was an inverted mold, and it showed the exact lip line. So what I did was I traced it out, and I figured out the problem with my sculpt. My thing was this bump right here is much higher than this side. All right, and that also gave it the illusion that this dipped down a lot further and goes more slanted. It does go down a little bit, but this side was also inaccurate. It was up here too far, and it made the lips look slanted like this. Hold on, it made the lips look slanted. So I had to lower this down a little bit more, and I left this alone over here. But once I put those bumps in the right position, it automatically, it just made it look perfect. I was like, oh, now I know what the problem was. So that's what was wrong with this sculpture, with the lips anyway. Right now, I'm still battling with the shape of the head. I'm not digging it, man. There's something wrong. There's something off about it. It looks great when you're looking dead on. It looks good on certain angles. But then as soon as I put it up against a screen shot, and there's something off about it, and I cannot put my finger on it. I'm waiting for it to hit me over the head. And so far, it hasn't hit me over the head. So I don't know if the slant of the head coming down here is too much slant. It just feels like the head straight up and down too much. I don't know. If I put and I have to lower that ear. This ear's got to come down significantly. All right, so we're going to bring this in right in here. Top of the ear has to be at the very top of the eye cut. That's where it has to be. All I'm doing is trying to go round with it. That's not right, but we'll figure it out. I just have to get the top off. Once the top's where it needs to be, then I'll redo the whole thing. Let's get the top off of here, and then I'll worry about shaping it. Yeah, well, this isn't this. I didn't even start working on this yet. This is just filled in. I have to fill in these areas, and then I have to sculpt all in here. That's not done yet. It's nowhere near done. What I'm doing is I've got to get this. I got to get this even with the top of the eye cut. That's the right. That's the new top of the ear. But we got a lot of work to do to it now because okay. Now what I want to do is I want to mimic the other side. So I need to know where. Yeah, the earlobe's got to come down quite significantly on this ear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. You'll see. This is cool. We're going to make the exact same ear, only real thin, just to give me a guidance. We're not going to stick it on real hard. Take off vision, let me see what, let me read the rest. Take off vision. That head shape is perfect. The sculpt looks screen accurate. I wish I could say that, I really do. But there's something off about it, and I was going to show you. I'll show it to you guys once I get done sculpting this. Show you what I'm talking about. All I'm doing is I'm mimicking what I have on this side. now this is hard monster clay, so it's pretty good when it comes to. Now I'm just smashing it in real tight. I got to fill in that back area. All in here has to be filled in, right in there. The one thing I don't do is I don't leave crevices in the ears because it's just so much easier when you're, molding it and hairing it and everything else. So I don't try to make the ear look really accurate on the back end. I make it nice and flat. Just gonna put some clay in there. All I'm doing right now is making sure I have the same size ears and at the same level. They're not nowhere near done. We have to carve out a lot, and add a lot. I'm gonna have to drop this ear hole down just a little bit more. That's okay. It goes downhill on this side, and I did that on purpose. A lot of shaping to do yet. A lot. Like I can already see this has to drop way down here. The new ear hole has to go right here. Let me show you. I'll do it right now so you can see. That's the new ear hole. And I just have to fill in this crap here. melt some clay. See what bumps out of here. Now, I wonder what the perspective of this is going to look better now. Yes, it does. Although he looks like he's got little flare-out ears. I've got to bring these ears in tighter. So, worrying about shaping them later, I got to make sure that the ears are pitched right and everything. Got to be the right pitch. It won't look like Michael Myers. Will look like Boza or Dumbo. We don't want a Dumbo Michael Myers flashback. Now I haven't eaten yet, and I also have to go clean out the filter. I'm filtering my pool right now. We emptied it yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I'll show you what I'm doing right now, since I can turn myself. Making sure the pitch is right. Shaping the ear is the easy part. Getting all the angles right, that's the hard part. Okay. What a mess. Pipe Master, if you're still with me, you know, I want you to look at some pictures and try to take some still shots of this and tell me what in the hell is wrong with the shape of this head, because I can't get things to line up the way I like them to. I don't know if it's, might be me. Pipe Master happens to be one of the best. He's actually had Nag's mask. He's had this mask. And that's why I go back a while. Pipe Master actually comes over to see me every once in a while. Comes from the city. Comes down to the shore. Comes for a visit. I really trust his accuracy when it comes to the finest details. So don't bust anybody's balls, please. Everybody gets along here fine. And I just happen to know, Pipe Master sent me pictures of the nag mask. And I'm not trying to replicate their work. I'm trying to go with the original. I want the original. I want the mask. I want to get as close to the original as possible, if I can do it. But when it comes to the head shape and stuff, yeah, this is going to be all right. This is going to be all right. So all this gets filled in. We got to bring that up to the surface, and then but the key is the pitch. Is the pitch of it. You have to get that pitch right. This pitch right here. You have to get that pitch right in order for me to fill it in properly. I approached it wrong a couple, years, with other ears. First thing you want to do is get your shape, pitch, make sure the pitch is right, and then you fill in. You fill in all this in this area here. You get all that right. It all comes together. And I'll cut some of this off of here to flatten that more. The next thing I want to do is start working on the shape of this ear right here, really, really nice and round and small. It's not supposed to be real big. But this will give you a better idea of how the mask will look as we get closer and closer. Now we have the ears on, and they're the same size. Yes, they're the same size. That's the key. Pitch. You need the pitch. I'm blocking your view. I needed this pitch here on both sides, and then I fill in like I did on this side. Excuse me, I got hiccups. Thank you, Ozempic. Now I'm getting a little perturbed. I'm going to see the doctor about it, but I think I've leveled off with my weight loss, and that's pissing me off because I eat perfect, and I think the Ozempic is not working anymore as far as weight loss goes. I lost 115 pounds, and then I leveled off, but it might be because I might be because of the it just metabolism, you get to a certain point, and I'm probably going to have to do something to chase my metabolism a little bit to get it rolling again. Oh yeah. Clay up in here. Need to smooth that out and round it out better. And I got to cut some of that in the back here, a little bit away from the head. This side's going to be a little more difficult because, maybe not. Now I'm going to cut deeper into this. Bring it down. Now I'm going to fill in this on this little piece of ear right here. I'm using the back of this thing. To give me a new ear hole. I think I have to come down a little bit more with this. I have to bring this bridge apart. I'm going to have to look at that more. I don't have the other ear in front of me. I have to have that other side. I have to have the other side picture-wise. And I don't have it, so. Want good ear holes because then you can hear out of the mask really good. I'm just going off memory right now. Just going off memory. Let's read. Yeah, well, they're not flat now. They're getting there. You can see the shape looking at it directly from behind. They're all in the money. Now I'm noticing there's a lot more flare on this side, on this back of the head. And it's more straight up and down right here. So maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know. we're going to find it. We're going to figure it out. We will figure this out. I think there has to be a little bit more clay pulled off of this side. It looks like it's a little bit pitched better over here. And this side straight up and down, right in here. And that's not what I want. Now that I have the ear on, I can see it. Getting this right is so important to me. I just don't want to put out something that's not as accurate as I can possibly make it. I don't want to settle for less than perfect. And it has to be, I mean, I respect all you guys, but until you really get your hands dirty with sculpting, man, it's really tough to nail a perfect version of anybody's mask. It really is. It's difficult. It's not easy. After I started this venture, boy, did I have a lot more respect for guys that are really good at it. Man, oh man, do I have a lot of respect for them. Oh yeah. And now, see, that really makes a difference. Why does that ear look like it's back farther? It is back farther. Why? Shouldn't be. I followed the contour of the actual armature. That could be causing all this right from here, right from the get-go. That could be causing my problem. What the hell? Yeah, it's slanted. What the fuck? That's really weird. The ears are not lined up. How do I adjust it? How do I adjust that? I know what I'll do. A piece of this plastic. Oh, look at that. I'll be damned. That piece goes right to the nose if I bend it around. Perfect. Now I just got to make sure that that's doing the same thing on this side. Wow. Holy shit. That's where the line's got to go right there. That's where the ear has to go. Shit. It means all this has got to go back I have a funny feeling I have the ear hole in the wrong place. I think I screwed that up by accident. I didn't realize it. So here's how we're going to do that. Adjusted. Now, my guesstimation is the ear hole's right in here, not there. Hold it. Let's take a look at what we got here. It's about an inch above the earlobe. Okay. About right there. And it's going to be big anyway, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm going to fill that mostly in. I shouldn't have gone that deep. You know what? That might have been some of my issue here. God damn it. Did I go too high? Mother chucker. Wasn't paying attention to the height. That actually works. Now it looks like it's lined up more. The other one didn't look like it was quite right. See? I'll be damned. Now it looks right. A little too much clay taken out of here. I have to warm up clay to do that. I'm not going to fix that now. But work on this neckline a little bit better. And what are these things? These little tiny bugs. I gotta get my sprayer in here again. They got little wings on them, but they're not. I know they're not. What do you call it? What the hell is it called? Termites. I have termite protection. Matter of fact, I'm going to actually call him back up and have him redo our house. We have to get that right. This is a little bit bulged in here. Guys still hanging with me? Let me read your contact. Let's read. Well, they're not really. No, I'm telling you, if you see a dead-on shot of the, I'll show you this. I'm almost done sculpting for tonight because I got to go take care of the pool. But we got an ear on there now, so we can get a better. We can get a better. I can hone in on this. I think it's the neck that's giving me a problem. I think the neck is what's giving me an issue. I do think it's that. The neck is a problem. I'm going to keep going until I get this thing right. And that earlobe comes out a little further too. No, I'm wrong. No, it doesn't. This comes out. And that gives the appearance that the earlobe comes out a lot further. Yes. Okay. Trust your eyes once in a while, Johnny boy. Still got to put the puncture wound right here, right underneath the earlobe. About right there is the puncture wound. Filling in some holes here. I still got to work underneath the neck. But I want to make sure this depth is right. I don't want it to be too. I don't want this neck to be too bulky. I bulked it out just a little too much. Bulked it out just a little too much. Getting the shape right is ain't fun. So I got to bring a little bit of a jaw in here too. Bring that jaw line in a little bit better. Wow, what the hell? Dug in there by accident. That looks a lot better. Yeah, I think this side. There's definitely issues with this side of the head. This side looks really good. This side is the one that's bothering me. Head shape wise, I think. The scowl's pretty accurate where it needs to be. Even has the little ripple here with the nose, but it's very subtle. Very, very subtle. Let me fix this imperfections here. I'm gonna do a little naphtha just on the nose and stuff, I think. Great. Still nowhere near smoothed out yet. A lot of smoothing to do to this guy. I want to get underneath of this area here. Get up underneath his nose area good. And what I'm doing is I'm wetting it really nice. That bubble will be nice when it finally. Still got to do underneath the chin, significantly a lot that has to be done underneath the jawline. All right. Use the brush. And where did I want to smooth out? I want to smooth up underneath here first. Now we're going to get nice to this. Okay. Real wet. I'm doing it real wet because I don't want to. Squeeze all this out of here. Nice and dry. Take away the scratches. Nice and light. needs to be a little bit smoothed out in here. See a lot of lines. Trying to give you a better idea of what the face is going to look like. See, when it's smoothed out, you can really see the details. Hard to explain, but it works really well. You got to get those little tool marks out to really see how nice this is going to be. We're getting there. I always smooth it out because I can really see where it needs work and where it doesn't need work. All right, so now what I'll do is I'll raise my lights up farther, and I'll show you. Let's get these lights way up. And backed off. One down. Okay. Now you're starting to see it come to life here. What's really nice is that cleans up really nicely here. Yeah, not like my, what do you call it? All right, let me see. Let me try to get the lights accurately on this thing so you can see it. Nice. Come on, stay still. There you go. What you think? I think there's too much shadow on that one side. Hold on. You can't see the lip. Let me see if I can fix that. I got to position the light right. Because the lip's there, it's just not. I know what I have to do. I have to lower it. That's a little better. Now you can see that lip a little better. It was in the shadows there. Even with the light on it, I don't know why it casted so much shadow on it. Yeah, I don't think it's perfect though. I really don't. There's something wrong with that right side. If you're looking at the mask, not wearing it, looking at the sculpture on the right side, something looks weird about the top of the head. It's not rounded. See how it's going straight up and down from the top of the ear, and it goes up almost straight compared to the other side. The other side's got a little bit of a curve to it. There's something wrong with that side of the head, and I got to fix that. I probably have to add more clay right above the ear to get that shape right. Yeah, I can't. I've been taken away, and I'm like, you know what? I got to add more clay right on top of that ear, which is fine because I can fix. I can fix the ear as I go because that's easy. You just kind of shape that into place, and if I need to add a little bit more ear on top of it, that's fine. But I got to get that head shape right. I'm telling you, I know that the head shape is not quite right, and I'll get it. Believe me, I'll get it. Oh yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I think that mouth is really close. I think that's actually it's dead on. Yeah, the head shape right here is too straight up and down. Right up in here, I have to add a little bit of clay. Leave this slanted as it's cut away, but I got to thicken this out just a little bit more to give it the same taper that's on the other side. Look at the other side. Just needs to be a little bit more clay there at the top of the ear. A little bit, not a lot. Probably like a 1/16 of an inch. But just enough to make me throw my eye off. Yipper. Yeah, the ears aren't even nowhere near done yet. We are close. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodnight because I have to go out there and take care of a pool. I got to backwash it again, and just constant work. I'm always working around here, guys. Always. 62, and you think it gets easier. It doesn't. But there's the top of the lips. Now I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing this bulge right in here, and it's taking away the look of this upper lip. This side has to come up just a little bit and out for the top of that lip. Maybe not. But I got the eye cuts in the right position. You're not seeing a very clear shot. The scowl is looking good. You can't move the camera around too much when you're doing this because it gets really blotchy. But anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off of here. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next video, live. See you on the next live stream. Hit the like if you like what you're seeing, and definitely if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And if you're not getting notifications, unsubscribe and then resubscribe. That usually fixes the problem. And hit your notification bell for sure. All right, peace. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.